Ladies, Gentlemen, Mesdames et Messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, Señores et Señoras, Mesdames et Herren, let's go with Guten Abend, Good Evening, Buonasera, Bonsoir, Dobre Večer, Konnichiwa, Xin Chao, Ni Hao, Annyeong, Grüezi wohl, Grüß Gott, Jo, es steht Kiva noch, Good Quelled, Good After. Shalom, my friends. This is round number 7 of tonight's Craft Cup number 33, and we got an awesome match coming up right away. It is MTW DImaga here spawning in the top left 11 o'clock position as the red Zerg, and it is ZVT time, and in this ZVT time DImaga's opponent here spawning in the bottom left as the teal Terran player is none other than the Swedish superstar Jimpo himself. So Jinro playing in the GSL, Jimpo playing here on the Craft Cup. I'm not really sure which tournament is more prestigious, but this matchup for sure will it be. As we were in the lobby before the game started, I told both guys and that the fact that we are playing on test bug here, and the Icy Cup map is even more awesome. We got good players, we got a good matchup. And we got an awesome map to see this game, and so I'm hoping for a nice macro game. I'm hoping for some nice micro action as well. So here we go. Let's open up the production tab, see what's going on. Of course, Testbug is a 3-player map, so you will always spawn next to your opponent, even though we got different spawning locations and more than 2 spawning locations. What is DImaga going for the hatchery first? Of course, he is being cheesed all his game time, so to say, on StarCraft 2, and he's been cheesing quite a lot himself as well, so he knows how to handle someone here going for this early pressure against the Zerg player who's going for some hatchery first play. What is Jimpo going to do? He's not yet going for a refinery, he's not yet going for a second barracks, so I would expect him to go for a hatchery first here, and not a hatchery first, a command center, as soon as he got enough minerals. And indeed, he's just waiting for a couple of more minerals with his SCVs. He's moving out with a couple of SCVs and this one single marine, but he's only getting those units out, those marines out of one single barrack, so don't expect him to deal too much damage there. He was just forcing a couple of unnecessary SCVs, but that's about it. Now DImaga is here, finished with his hatchery, so he can happily mine with his drones here at his natural expansion and can use all those drones immediately to do some defensive action. Now Jimpo is moving out with his forces once again. There he is going for the command center. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure if it's worth it using all the SCVs here in the mix. Maybe 2 would be sufficient. 4 is quite a big loss, but because of the fact that those SCVs are repairing each other, he might be able to do some damage with the Zerglings, with the Marines here, because the SCVs don't die that fast. What is DImaga else doing? Is he going for a Spine Crawler? No, not just yet. He's just going for more Zerglings. He's got the Queen finished at the Maiden. He's now finished with the Queen at the Natural. Immediately, the first thing he is going to do is put down a Creep Tumor. So now, with this Creep Tumor, of course, the Zerglings have even more speed on the creep, and it will be much easier to defend any possible bunker rushes, which will not be happening because Jimpo decided to bunker up at his own natural expansion. So one other thing about this map, test bug here, by the way, those Zerglings should be pulled back right away, or even just pick off a single Marine as Marine goes down, and he's just got one single Zergling left, and with this one single Zergling he can scout barracks number 2, barracks number 3. He spots, okay, there's only one refinery right now, and he knows, okay, no cloaked banshees out of 2 bases coming up soon, no Mars factory play, no blue flame Hellions even. So, and this is so important for him, muy importante, sehr wichtig, very important, because he now knows, okay, it is a little bit more safe for me to drone up, and he might even be getting a Baneling's Nest just in case for all this possible infantry soon to come. So he's got this Overlord here floating around. Of course, there's all this ventilators and other stuff on the top of this cliff, so you cannot drop any units there. It's no siege tanks, it's just some high ground where you can't place any buildings or you can't place any units. So Jimpo, he's decided to move out again. So let me take a look. He's got 7 Marines and he's got 2 SCVs, but he decided to move back right away. This Overlord spots what's going on at the natural. This Overlord might be used later on for some scouting purposes in the main base, because Jimpo, what is he doing? He's now only going for the masked barracks, the Marines and the SCVs. Using a scan right now could be good on the one hand, that you will be able to deny this creep tumor early on the other hand, that early in the game the mules are even more important, and that's why I like the decision not to scan here, not to take the creep tumor out just yet, because it is a scan, it is 50 energy for a Terran, but it is just 25 energy, just a creep tumor here for the Zerg players. So DImaga having this one Zergling here, the center Xel'Naga Watchtower. Of course, if you want to take out those other Xel'Naga Watchtowers, you need to get rid of the destructible debris or of the destructible rocks first. And one other important thing, if you have vision here on this Xel'Naga Watchtower, you see those small rocks here on the ground laying? If you have the Xel'Naga Watchtower, this is exactly where the vision provided by the Xel'Naga Watchtower stops if you occupy the tower. So you can see in this area, but you cannot see what's going on behind this line. So very good indicator, and that's why this map is so popular, and not even because it's just got this awesome style with all this green stuff here in the top left, with all those metal stuff here in the bottom right, and all those twilight stuff here on the right side. And did I say bottom right? Of course I meant bottom left. So, Banelings now rolling in, trying to take out the Marines. Good job by Jimpo to decide to run away, but the Zerglings, of course, are much faster. So, with how much Marines can he get out of this attack? Half of his Marines die, and now it is a very, very not looking too good for Jimpo, because DImaga, what did he do? He decided to go for this Curix Baneling style, all the Banelings exploding here at the natural expansion, and I was just talking about the map so long, and what was DImaga doing meanwhile? Of course he was going for another expansion, not that too important, and this is what he was doing quite a lot lately in ZVT, going for this Curix Zergling Baneling style, so getting a lot of Zerglings, getting a lot of Banelings, and just go for it. And why did he do this? Because he was able to get in the main base of Jimpo with one single Zergling, and with one single Zergling he spotted 3 barracks in a row. He knew the only units Jimpo could have had right now are infantry units. And what do you do against infantry units? You just build more Zerglings and you build more Banelings, and then you're pretty much safe against anything. So I don't really understand the decision by Jimpo to move out. And in the end he moved out anyway, because Jimpo knew he got scouted. And what did his opponent scout? The follow-up after this first barracks was 2 more barracks. It was not the factory wide array, and that's why I would have not moved out. I mean, he knows about the reputation about DImaga, and he knows about that a good Zerg player, of course, knows how to adapt. And when you see, okay, there will be a lot of infantry, going for the mutas might not be the best intention and not be the best decision. So DImaga doing everything by the book, getting this layer out as soon as possible, and getting the centrifugal hooks out as fast as possible. And only as he had this Baneling speed upgrade, he decided to roll in to attack, because Banelings without the speed, of course, who the fuck cares? So congratulations to him. He is already, because it was a game in round number 7, so DImaga will be the first player to advance to the quarterfinals already. Congratulations to him. I just got 2 other results in. Eki, a German EPS Zerg player, I think it was able to go to the quarterfinals as well. And we got Turok. I have no idea who Turok is, but apparently he is from Russia, and he won against Ciala, a very good Zerg player. I casted a couple of games a couple of weeks ago. So, DImaga, Aki, and Turok. So apparently 2 Zergs player, and some other guy already is in the quarterfinals of tonight's Craft Cup number 33.